What was it like being around NBC in the early
Well,
50s?
yeah, you had all kind of guys doing. I worked with Hugh Downs. I worked with Jan Murray. Uh, it was just a whole. I mean, a list of them.
Would this be like in the Jack Parr days?
Well, yeah, Jack Parr was the Tonight Show.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right. Wow,
and then Johnny Carson came on. I was there during the change.
wow.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah,
right, he started in New York.
yeah. I was standing talking to a writer backstage at the Tonight Show, and Johnny Carson comes back because the music da 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 da, and as he went by me, I said, "You got your pink tie on tonight, Mr. Carson?" And he turned around, went back, and changed his tie. And the writer I was talking to said, "Don't ever mention his wardrobe." So I never did again. Yeah.
That's amazing for you to see. I mean, you were literally there when TV just really was kind of being born.
Oh yeah, it was
That's
a great period. And then later made enough money to bring my wife up, and we bought a house on Long Island.
Wow.
The kids went to school there.
Wow.
And I would catch a train every day into NBC.
Huh.
And so it worked out great. After 8 years, they sent me up to Canada to do a show called Akin to Win. And I was doing the show, and my wife, I lived in Canada, and she lived in Long Island. And my wife said, Ross, you either live here with us in Long Island, or you can live with us in Knoxville, Tennessee, because I'm not going to stay on Long Island if you're not here.
Oh my.
So I went to NBC and I said, hey, I really need to move back to New York. And he said, not now. We're right in the middle of this show, Ross, and you've got it to that point you need to stay. And so I quit. And
Wow.
And my wife said, well, what's your verdict? And I said, pack your bags. We're going to Knoxville, Tennessee. So we came back to Knoxville.
This is one of my favorite parts of your story. There's some really interesting pivots, and that's a big one. That had to. What did that feel like? You're in the nerve center of television, and now you're moving back to Knoxville, which at that time certainly, right? There's not much of the television industry in Knoxville, Tennessee.
No, they just brought television into Knoxville. In the about 1952.
Huh.
52, 53.
So there's a local affiliate here.
The NBC affiliate was here, and the other stations came right behind it. The other affiliates come right behind it. And so I came back down here. I called the affiliate, who I knew, the general manager, and I called him, and he said, if you're coming here, you got a job. So I came back, and I went to work for WATE, the local NBC affiliate.
What were you doing there?
I just developing commercials, and after 3 months, I did a commercial using lab gloves. I went to the Knoxville Lab Company. They have a glove company here, and I bought 10 cents a pair lab gloves, and I took them to the Cadillac dealer and sold him on doing commercials where he'd say, come in and do a white glove inspection. We furnish the white gloves, and you check the car. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Well, it was so successful. The guy who owned a big advertising agency saw the commercial that I'd produced, and so he offered me a job. And so he has the agency was called Lavage and Associates. It had offices in Knoxville, Chattanooga, Atlanta, and Greensboro, North Carolina. And so about 5 years after I went to work for him, I became president of the agency. And then that's when television started to change.